Alrighty. So, anyone that joined in last night, I got one tire in this morning. My hands are a mess again. I'm a bath of sweat from getting that done. So I'm going to try and demonstrate what we had to do, or what I had to do to get that in that position. And apparently, long nose pliers are the weapon of choice. Probably doesn't help that I'm right-handed, and you need to be able to sort of grip and pull to do this. So I've got to try and put this wheel in with my left hand and grip and pull. I would also wonder whether something like a little bit of silicone spray or something on there would help it slide in. But the other thing is, I don't know whether this bench is going to be too flimsy. So if you hear things rattling around, it is just stuff on the bench, because I'm going to have to be pushing down on this with all my might. All right, here we go. So what I've been told to do is shove this in, put your hand down on it, get your pliers, and just start working it up. Just pull up. So here, I think I'm going to lose all the nuts and bolts. Go opposite sides. That was a nice click. Because basically you want to get this whole thing inside, and then it can turn. Decent pop. And what I found on the other one, whether it's the right method or not, is when you get to the ends, you sort of have to pull and lever back. Think of like changing a bicycle tire or something, a bit of pulling and levering. There we go. I think the other thing is I'd mashed that tire last night so often that it kind of had a set path that it would always try and follow along, because that one side kept getting pulled in. Now I'm making headway. Do not let the pressure up. There we go. It's another click. Maybe the second one's easier once you sort of get a method. Although my method would traditionally be buy some normal tires and wheels for it. Some modern equivalents. So I've nearly got it in, and I can't see any of the top layer down there. So it's probably nearly at the point now where I'm going to be sort of just trying to flip it out, because I can see, yeah, it's nearly gone now. So now a bit of push and a bit of pulling back. There it is. And as much as those ridges are really annoying, they help hold onto the tire when you're putting it in. I looked at some videos on how to do it last night. Nobody was doing it with these knobbly tires, and most of them were doing it with wheels without little ridges and just pushing them in, and they went in fine. So the one that I did find that was the most helpful with this is called, I think it was called Fast Freddy RC. There we go, it's in. So now we just have to try and turn it around, and then try and flip that. There we go. Whew. Not bad, in just under 4 minutes for that one. That's considerably quicker. Now the dog will probably start barking again, and I have to look at the book again now to see what's the next step for these. There's probably my hands are shaking. Let me see. All right, there's a bearing that goes on there. Doesn't really. I suppose these only fit one way, hopefully. Right. Sorry with all my grunting and erring and ahhing, but sore neck from lots of looking down doing the 3-hour stream last night, so I will be happy to be finished. or this part to be finished, then if I can get this done, I might start cutting out the body. So let's have a look. Does that go that way? It seems like it does. It looks like that's the way that goes. And it looks like that's the way that goes. There we go. All right. Now I'm guessing that's why we have these long ones. So should I put the other ones in at the same time? Get some sprues out of the way. I've got a friend who's collecting the sprues for kit bashing. So I'm saving all of my leftover parts trees for that person. They can go. They're done. I will file them away in the transmitter box. Kobe. And that can be my sprueverse. Okay, that one. That's going to go on that way, I think. Trying to line up the little holes can be a bit of a pain. Even the long nose pliers can sometimes help to just sort of rotate one around a little bit. But yeah, all the tutorials I saw used the ribbed tires that come on the Grasshopper, and they all used well, with one exception. The one exception was the wheels with the ridges on them on the ribbed tires, not the knobbly tires. And then the one that used knobbly tires used smooth wheels. So didn't find any with this combo. Move this around until that goes in. There we go. That's going to be quite hard to get in there, isn't it? Oh, please. Say that and it does it. Maybe that's only a short one. Are there some long ones here? So they are. There we go. That's better. Try again. I think it's just. Oh no, it's taken. Lovely. All right. So try and get an opposite one in. Shaking hands now. Okay. And the more bearings will be needed. This is a bit of a. Have I got some? Should I try tweezers? Should I try long nose pliers? Absolutely. think that's going to work very well, but we'll see. When you need dexterous hands and all you've got is shaky hands from shoving the tyres on. Yeah, it's taking. Right, so it looks like my fingers are too big to kind of go in there. Hold on, maybe I've got some straight tweezers or something. Maybe that'll do it. Let's have a look. Come on. Oh, I had it. Shaky hands. Right, that one. Can I get two in? Probably not. I'll probably have to go one at a time. Hello, Bill. I hear you. Yeah. I'm going to have to get the dog in, aren't I? One. Whew. Okay. One moment. I got to get the dog. Come on, Bill. Come on. What's it called? Feeling a fuzz. Yeah, you. Sorry about that. Billy will settle down now. Hopefully. Hello, Bill. Yes, you're a good dog, but it's Sunday morning. And people don't like being woken up when they have a hangover. If I never have to do these again, that would be nice. I have to tell people every week that you've got to do things that are difficult. Is it taking? I think it's taking. No, that's not lining up. Did I get one that was too short? Oh, that's why that's a short one. Silly bastard. Nut. that one actually went in nicely. Nearly there. Play. Long one. Scheisenhausen. It's always the last one because you get in a hurry. Okay, done. So now I should probably try and put some of these back. Come here, so. I guess the next thing is to just fit them, which will need some bearings, I think. Oh. Magnetic. Okay. Right. I sound like my dad doing that. So front suspension's done. So now we're going to fit the tyres. So a bit of grease. And there's a bearing on either side. And a nylock nut. Okay. Oh, and there's a pin type fixer on there. And it looks like the nuts are going on the inside. Cool. So grease the shaft, 2 bearings. Alrighty. Right, where are my bearings going? There's some bearings. There's some grease. The nylock nuts Probably not those. Are they the... them bearings, grease. Let's bring in the car. Bring in the car. I'm going to try and move without touching the dog like a single hair, otherwise he gets really upset. Grease. Lovely. Bearings. I might put the book over here, even though no one can see it on camera. I might be able to look at it. Bearing. Bearing. Nut. Spin it around. 2 bearings. Bearing. Bearing. Nut. Right. I can actually route that cable now, can't I? That's number 1. That can go down there. There we go. Bearing bag's done. They're on. That's a 4. Yep. Yay, I can use my fancy ratcheting driver. Woo. This is my annex number 397. Why is that one very... I need to back that off a bit. What's it hitting? It's actually hitting the screws. It's a bit annoying. Is there a washer that goes on first? I just thought maybe. No. Maybe it's just on a bit too much. Again, I could always put a washer behind it just to space it back a bit. Yes, you. That'll do. Alright, the rear with some hub adapters that are B5. They're probably out in the box. Hello. I believe these are them. Like the hub adapters there. So these go on first. There's a... Oh, Billy's not happy. Oh, one. Another sprue for the sprue vest. What, Billy? What? What? Come here. Tell me. What is it? Are there people going down the laneway, are they? You know what? You know what? Other people... Hey, other people are allowed to exist, mate. I know you don't like it, but it's true. BD5, yep. So these little ones. They sit in that groove there, those two little shafts. But they have to go through here first, which is always a bit of a pain. Traditionally, this is something that I've needed to work on. So to get it sitting through there, there we go. And then is there, I'm guessing the nuts again go in. Yeah, I think that sits on there. Tighten until you get to the nylon portion. Okay, one spinneroonie. Other old wrestling moves. Yeah, I think that's sitting on there, so that's okay. These might be in the way a bit. Have to route those cables. It's just getting this centered. There we go. Tire. Sorry if you have to look at the view of my head. I do often forget that this stand spins. That one's got a lot more drift than that one, so I might just a bit of play, but not heaps and heaps. All right, so kind of, so there's a battery cover that has to go in on the underside, but I need to figure out how to run all the cables and stuff now. So right, so the negative is green, positive is yellow on these, apparently, according to what I've just been told. So I'm going to run those underneath. I say the negative is green. Yeah, so that one's that one just going there. Right. Lovely. So that part is done. I'm also going to put the battery cover on next, but I need to try and figure out what to do with that switch, which might mean delving into my box of tiny screws. The dog's moved, so I can move the chair. Somewhere here. I have a box of like titchy stuff. Maybe there's something small enough to attach that perhaps something like that. Maybe. Let's have a look. Get that out. It's pretty small. Maybe that on a tiny washer. Or maybe just a self tapper that's a bit longer. We'll see. Sometimes you keep tiny screws and they come in handy. Now, is that a nut that goes on this tiny screw? That would be handy if it was, but I don't think it is. I think it's too big. Oh, God, yeah. Massive. Alright, well, see what we can do with these. Maybe one of them will fit. Maybe one. Where's the switch gone? The switch is hiding. Yeah. That will go. Where's this one go? Yeah, that one's going. So I need a very, very small washer for it. Let's see if there is a titchy washer in one of these bags. Super mini titchy like. Something like that might be. To be honest, if it doesn't go through that, I'm going to be in trouble. I think it might just drop through the center. Spare me the pain and joy. All right. Whew. Let's get a switch. That side is the one that's going in nicely, so we'll put that there. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm going to get this through. I might have to. Yes. Where's my tweezers gone? I might need to tweezer this. See, this is why they do say it's a good idea to buy their speed controller and stuff. So you know it fits. Right. So then I've got to try and hold this there and feed this down so that that end goes on there. This is not the last time I'll be setting this up, I feel. There it goes. I've lost the whole bloody lot. Arrgh. The other thing I might end up doing is getting a Dremel and just cutting a slot. Can't keep this. I can't even keep the screw on the end of the driver. Can I do it with this one? Oh, hang on, that is the right size, I think. Yes, it is. Nope. It's all go. I've lost that. That's a good way to interrupt it, isn't it? Right. Okay. Let's think carefully about this. What if... Does this unplug? No, it doesn't unplug. All right. That could actually just sit down in there because where's the battery? Here's the battery. Let's just have a look. So the battery on this goes in there. I'm going to run it with a smaller lithium cell anyway. So, no. Okay, it does need to go there. Right. Okay, well, KBO. I'll get it. You're all just going to have to sit around and watch me. Nope. Oh, that's gone bad. Oh, that's hit the floor. Oh, and I didn't even see where that went. Okay. Not quite going according to plan. Never mind. here's an idea. I've just had a wonderful thought. What if I could use a larger screw to enlarge the hole, to embiggen the hole, and then I could actually use a better screw. That did not work. Or I'm going to make a 3D print that will just capture this. There we go. That's going through now, so I've just got fingers that are too big for this job. Clearly I don't have fingers made for such things. The other thing I could do is I could Dremel that out and just poke this through with some double-sided tape on the side of it, and I do that. I really don't want to hack it up yet. I think hacking it up is a last option, because there's got to be a way to get it to work. Think about this. Let's stop and think before doing anything rash. Anything rash and unreasonable. Okay, one option is, do I have another one of those small screws? Let's have a look. Looks unlikely. But maybe this will work, because it's a screw with a flange on it. Maybe that will work okay. Right, let's try again. Now both holes have been embiggened. There we go, that is going. There we go. Keep an old packet of screws around. Lovely. All right, so that's together. The bum of it is sprung. I'm going to probably put some zip ties through there, I think. Okay, so what is the next step? Apart from to put adjust the tracking to make sure that it's about right. Let's have a look. Is it right? That one's going in a bit, which would mean it's being pulled. The more it pushes out, so it's actually going to go closer in, which will mean popping that off tightening that up a little bit. It's not the best, not the worst. It needs to come in more. Better. One rotation. Okay. So that's all together, like the car's assembled. Apart from to go back and check all the things. So then it's get the body kit out and cut the body off. It doesn't look like a lot of fun. Black. Mask it up. Okay. Well, let's cut it and sand it. I'll move the car to different locales. What? So it's a Lexan bodice, and it's got a protective film on it. It basically sort of comes up at the back. There's this body line that needs to be cut. So I'm going to try something different, which I haven't done before, and it is to just sort of have a go at mark. Oh. Just trying to mark that line that I need to cut. So you think if you can slip easily with a pen, just how easily can you slip with a knife? And it goes down around here. That's going to be quite difficult. That cutout's going to be quite difficult. Lovely. You get new blades for this knife too. And really, again, I'm in here because means I don't have to think about my broken tooth. That's a new number 2 blade. There we go. All right, so gosh, having a bad time with this today. I mean, one thing you can do, you can kind of run the knife down around the base, and if you've got I'm probably going to use some of these offcuts for get my scissors. And you can cut your, just be careful when you cut that you don't go right to the edge. Right, so like that, and then you can start bending it, and it'll come off nice and clean. And it just means, but you know, when you're doing these bits, you kind of want the support of this to help guide the knife. But combination, you know, I'm no expert. You just do what works. You only need a score. You don't need to actually cut through the Lexan. All you need to do is score it. A simple score. Cut up near the line. If I say between these 2 points, I know I've scored between there. Go back and tidy it up with some sandpaper after, if you care enough. I'm really just going, because this is a car that I'm not emotionally invested in, I'm going to tidy up to take any sharp bits off, but I'm not worried if the bodywork's not perfect. Got other things to worry about. What you don't really want to do is sort of cut to the end of the scissors like that, because it sort of makes star breakages. So if you're doing a car that you actually give a crap about, be mindful of that. But otherwise, it's just trying to, doesn't matter if it does it down here in the sort of excess section, but don't be in a hurry. And the other thing is you might need to make cuts for different sections. Like this section will probably start to move now, but that sort of compound curve section, I'm running the risk of breaking it. It is going slowly, but what it'd be better to do is to actually cut up here to where that bend starts. And then let the material do the work. Say that as if I know what I'm doing. And then some of these bits, well, you're just going to have to probably trim it. So I don't think there's any one method. I think you use a combination of things to get it to work. It's kind of like, you know, how people do mathematics. Not everyone does things the same way, but everyone finds a way to try and make it work. And then once I do this, I'll be able to take it inside, even to like score it and then cut it with the scissors. You know? But once I get this done, I'll take it inside and I'll wash it. I'll put it in the sink and I'll wash the inside. I'll rinse it thoroughly. I'll let it dry so that hopefully there's no residue on it. And then I'll have to come back out to put the window masks on. And these pieces that are left are really good for colour tests when you're trying to pick what colour you want to paint it. They're nice little test pieces. You will get little raggy ends and stuff. You're just going to have to trim them, round them off, sand them off. And if you've done a nice job, it won't split. Kind of trying to figure out the way that's best for me to hold it though. Couple of relief cuts around the place because that's probably going to come off in one piece. And this might come off in one, possibly. Oh, it's probably from back there, sorry. Some people use the excess for trying to help stiffen up the body. So I like to try and keep those pieces as large as I can. I've not so far had the need to do that, but I'm sure one day it might present itself. But so far I've kind of found anytime you get a change in direction, put a relief cut in. Bodies are very forgiving. So I'm nearly there. So I'll keep the big bits, but the smaller bits I'll just chuck away. I've got the front's going to be a bit of a challenge because there's not much material there. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably score across there, and I'll probably score these lines here. Oh, I've scored that one wrong. I'm going to cut into the body there. When you're scoring, don't press too hard. I'm still doing it. You get all enthused about how it's going to look when it's done, and you end up screwing up like that. I'll probably cut off some of this, I think. Just to give me some space. Maybe it's better to start at the top of this one. I wonder how many people have cut that out by accident. Sandpaper, see, daggy end, and that's where I missed the little cut. And I'm not worried. Because this is a basher. It's for going out and crashing and learning what to do and what not to do. So I am unfazed. And for this, I'm probably cut as much as I can on the sides, and then I'll probably score and snap on the front. So yeah, one body with lots of sharp corners. I reckon I'm going to call it done there. I will go inside and wash this. I don't think anyone needs to watch that. So that's going to sit on the chassis. I've got a wing to cut out. Same process. I might show cutting out the wing on the next episode. We'll see. I suppose the next challenge really is to show the masking and then the painting. So it's only 2 windows that have to be masked, I think. Oh, 3. There's a back window as well. And then I've got to find the right color paint. So should I, oh, look, should I sand it? Should I get my sanding stick out and sand it now? Go on. Go on, he says. Why not? I just basically keep offcuts of wet and dry paper of different grits. Because again, it's not a shelf queen, it's not a show car. I will get my curved scissors, so you know I get my straight ones. I'm just going to try and radius these corners a little bit. because it seems that corners are where things like to snap. So I'll sort of do this a bit candid. There we go. All right, now that's done. At least the good thing about this one is no wheel arches to do. And the old finger gauges to check if we've got any little bits that are going to cut my son when he's changing the body or changing a battery or something. Lovely. All right, I will call it a stop there because now I'm going to go wash this and get it ready for the stickers, which are somewhere in the box. Hold on, I'll see if I can find the box. Oh, there we go. So all the stickers are there, and the window masks are those little ones there. So get them ready, and then we can prepare ye to paint it nice and purple, I think. All right, I will do. There will be an awkward pause. Bye.